Alright, so it is day 23 and it is 10:30 in the morning. I am fixing to go prepare myself something to eat for the first time today. I don't know what that's going to be yet. I'm kind of leaning toward leftover spaghetti that I've got in the refrigerator. I only had one serving of that, and there's only one small square of that left, so I'm thinking that is going to be what I eat this morning. And I'm going to have to start preparing chili beans that I had bought the other day before the meat goes bad. I'm thinking about just throwing it all in a crock pot and letting it cook itself. Sounds like the easiest way forward for that situation. So I'm gonna go get all that started, and we'll talk to you soon. This is Sunday, so kids are home for the weekend, and there's noise everywhere, so I will have to talk, mute that noise, and talk over it later within this video as I go along. That is how I handle the noise. It is the only way I can handle that noise without, drawing too much attention to YouTube's algorithm. So, alright, well, let's go get this day started. I'm excited. Day 23. Weight loss is occurring. I can feel it in my bones and in my body that we're going to have some good results on the scale tomorrow during weigh-in. I would be lying if I said I haven't snuck in a weigh-in or two throughout the week just to see how things are going, and things are going great right now. I'm going to find something to eat. See you in a minute. Okay, so the first thing you want to do is add a can of crushed tomatoes for these chili beans. And then for the beans, you want whatever kind of beans you like. I like to put navy beans in mine, and I also like to put pinto beans in there, the light pintos, and the catalini, or however you pronounce that, beans in there. Then I put 2 cans of Rotel mild tomato and green chili in there for more chunky tomatoes. Okay, so I'm adding red meat, red ground beef to this chili recipe. I normally make it with ground turkey, but I didn't want this beef to ruin, so I also had some ground turkey, and I had to get all this meat cooked up because it was in the refrigerator and I didn't want it to spoil, so these chili beans are perfect for that. So I added all that together, and I put a good sizable amount of ketchup in there. Use your judgment. I just put enough till I feel like it's enough to flavor all that meat. Then we grab the Worcestershire sauce. I'm using French's here, which is a very good brand of Worcestershire sauce. And I just do the same thing as I do with the ketchup. I just put a good fair amount of it in there until I feel like it's enough to blend with the ketchup and the meat and give it plenty of flavor. And for our spices, we are going to add a little ground red pepper. Ground red pepper. I find it's very good and not quite so hot. You just want to kind of use it a little sparingly, but a good little amount at the same time. And from that point on, we're going to add some minced garlic. I don't have much left, so I just dumped the rest of what's in the bottle in there for a good garlicky flavor. This is a big pot of chili beans. It's a large pot. It'll feed us for several days, I'm sure. Yeah, and I'm still just digging through the spices, and right now what you see me adding is a little bit of meat tenderizer. It just kind of helps soften that chili and makes it really good and hearty. And what I'm doing now is I'm taking it over to the sink and I'm filling up the pot halfway full of water. You want the water not to quite cover the meat, but to come up, you know, enough to mix it all together in there so you can boil the meat into the water with everything, and that usually works out good. And I almost forgot, the smoked paprika is very important to put a real good dash of that in there. I put a good little fair amount of that smoked paprika in there. That smoky paprika really adds to the flavor of all that's in there, and that is pretty much it for the spices. And then basically it's the stirring game, and I got one of those utensils, a chop and stir, and I just chop and stir on that while it's heating up until the water starts to boil out of the meat. Right now the water is non-existent almost in that meat because it's all throughout, but with all that turkey and ground beef together, this makes a really good combination of those meats in there. Kind of separates the chili flavor out with all the different meats in there. And as you can see, once it comes to a boil, the water is there, and the chili from this point is pretty much basically done. And all we have to do is take it now from the stove here, and we're going to add that all of that chili into that crock pot in just a minute. Whenever right now I'm just letting it boil a little longer just to make sure everything is done and incorporate. All those flavors have to incorporate together, so you know you kind of want to leave it for a minute. But basically, you know, what you want to do when it does boil, you want to add it into the rest of that pot. Yeah, like I said, it's going to make a very, very large amount of chili beans, but that big crock pot there can handle it all. And then you just want to stir all that together. Just want to take you a large cooking spoon and put it in there, and just make sure everything's mixed together really well. All those tomatoes and crushed tomatoes along with the chili and everything, you know, is just really mixed together very well. And basically, you know, it's going to make the crock pot cook a lot faster since you're adding such a hot chili to it. So basically, you know, the cooking process with everything is just now starting to blend. So you just want to leave it in there for maybe an hour and a half to 2 hours, and say the crock pot boils very fast, but just leave it sitting until you're ready. Okay, so now I'm playing the waiting game on the chili. So I am sitting here having some of this spaghetti that I warmed up in the microwave. And as you can see, it is a plate full. I probably won't be able to eat all of this in one sitting, but after being in the kitchen busy and cooking, it is now 11:36 and I have not eaten for the day, so I'm going to eat as much of this as I can. Which honestly will be most of it, if not all of it. So Meal number one for the day, leftover spaghetti. I am probably going to need a heartburn pill. But that is super good. Oh my God. Sorry about that. Super good, super delicious. And I'm going to enjoy this plate of spaghetti. And I will cut you back on later when it's time to eat chili beans. Y'all stay tuned for that. Okay, so that is what is left of that plate of spaghetti. I couldn't finish it all. I ate just a little over half of it, and too full to eat the rest. So that's what was left there, and this is what the chili beans look like. They have already started boiling due to the fact that I poured that hot chili into the crock pot with the bean and tomato mixture that I put in there, and here it is boiling and cooking. And I am here to tell you right now that the whole house is smelling like chili bean heaven. It is quite wonderful. So glad I didn't fill up too much on that spaghetti, because I want to eat some of those with the cornbread that I bought for it. I bought pre-made cornbread at the deli at one of my local grocery stores. So cornbread is made, I just had to warm it up. So it's going to be an awesome meal. I can't wait to get me some of that. But right now, even though it's boiling, it's still too early. All those flavors have not blended yet. I am going to let it cook like that for a few hours, and we should be good to go. Life is good. Alright, so it's about 1:30 in the afternoon. I got me a bowl of those chili beans. And got a little sour cream in there. And the cornbread. Not quite a full bowl, but a decent sized bowl full. My wife was in a car accident. It was not her fault. It was just a bump. Someone backed into her car, and we got to drop it off at the body shop today at right at 5 o'clock. So that would mean I would be out on the road, and I'd have to get something while I was out, and I wouldn't get to eat my chili beans. And that would be a real tragedy. So I'm eating something now, and this will probably be my last meal for the day. But this meal will end before 2 o'clock, so who knows. I gotta weigh in the morning, and I don't want to overdo it. So I'll try my best to make this my last meal. And if I eat anything else, it'll be just to stave off hunger. And that'll be, you know, around 4:30 or so, if that occurs. I probably won't though. I'll probably tough it out. Boy, these are good. This is so good. My problem right now is I'm not super hungry after eating the spaghetti earlier. I didn't overdo it on the spaghetti by no means. I didn't fill up to the point where I was stuffed. It's just how one of those days where nothing's going to work out exactly right. But at the same time, I don't want to mess up my protocol, so I'm going to force myself to eat this chili beans. And this will be it for today. This will be it for today. Okay, so this intermittent fasting, my stomach is obviously shrinking. I cannot put the food away I used to, not even when I'm trying to. I don't know if I get through this whole bowl. I am feeling full. I really wanted to eat this meal later in the day, close to around 4 o'clock. When did I say I ate that spaghetti? Around 11 or 11:30? I think it was 11:30. So there's only been 2 hours gone by, and I'm still feeling the effects of the spaghetti. And now beans on top of that. Probably not my best choice of combinations to eat. That's it. That's all I'm doing. There's still a good bit in the bottom of that bowl. At least 4 or 5 good bites full. I just can't do it. I think that is going to be it for me for today. Yeah, that's it for food for me today. I'll come back with some afterthoughts in a little while, but that is it for me for today. I'm just going to tough it out, and I'm not going to eat anything else the rest of the day. But after I get back from running to drop her car off to be repaired and bringing her back home, I will get back with you and give you my afterthoughts, and I'll tell you how full I still am, or if the food has went away by the time 5 o'clock rolls around. Excuse me. I can't think about another bite of anything to eat right now. Alright, we'll holler at you in a little while. Alright, so we are finally arrived at the end of the day, and we got the afterthoughts going on. I really don't have anything much to add to today. It was quite a nice day. Got my cup of decaf coffee. It is 8:50 p.m. We got the weigh-in in the morning that I am looking forward to. I'm excited to be able to show you that. I cannot wait. So that is my afterthoughts for today. I think I'm going to keep it short because this is already a pretty long video. But I have enjoyed making this video today. I enjoyed making those chili beans, and they're good, and they fed the whole family. Everyone's satisfied. Only ate that one bowl. Like I said, I did not eat nothing else the rest of the day. I can feel the hunger though, but I am not going to let it win. I am going to finish this, download this video, and that will be it. And then from there we'll just kick back and watch some Netflix or something. We will see you tomorrow. Get ready for the weigh-in. Later.